give them the award of dumbest show.
Lauren got that hot fire.
What's up, Internet World? We're the News 19 Nerds. I'm Leroy.
I'm Lauren.
I'm Michael.
What we here for today, y'all?
Unfortunately, Game of Thrones series finale.
Really? Unfortunately? That's how y'all feel?
I mean, we have to do this. That's why we're doing this. But
wow.
Yeah.
I really am kind of just apathetic to this. I don't hate it. I don't love it. I don't really have strong feelings. And I feel like that says something. I'm kind of like, cool.
That's wild.
I
I cheered.
What did you cheer about?
First of all, as a conclusion for the show for me, it wrapped up everything. It gave me everything I wanted.
Okay.
You know why?
Why?
Nobody was happy with how it ended. And everybody was mad with who ended up on the throne. Like, that's not who everybody wanted. That's not. In other words, if everybody's bad, you're doing something right. And that's how I like it. And that's, it brought back everything that I enjoyed about the show. The dialogue, the relationships with people. It was rushed. I felt it was rushed, but even after, if you had given me 8 episodes or 10 episodes and still gave me that ending, I would still be, I loved it. I'm one of the people who's like, all those people who sign petitions and stuff, go write your own stuff, because this was perfect.
Yeah,
I don't need a petition. It's like that. I'm just like, it's cool.
What's it up to
I loved it. So
I sat down for maybe 20 minutes and didn't say much of anything. I think I tweeted out like literally this motion, because that's how I felt afterwards. There was nothing literally. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have anything to say. Mm-hmm. I was just like, okay, I saw some things coming. And yeah, so it ended, and I moved on with the rest of my. I think I watched Stepford Wives after that on HBO.
I watched Night School after this.
I see what you did.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched Night School on HBO. That's a bad movie. I watched it so you didn't have to. I watched that movie. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what stood out to me. So, people had arcs. Arcs were completed. Mm-hmm. I do like where everybody ended up. I just don't think I like how we got there. Like, the journey didn't feel earned to me for a lot of stuff.
How? Explain. Show your work.
Show my work. I just feel like sometimes there were some like logical leaps of things that didn't make any sense.
Like what?
With Sansa saying we don't bend to anybody, whatever.
We don't bend the knee.
Yeah. Like, you sound real stupid because your brother's on the throne. So what? What do you mean you don't bend the knee?
But this is the thing.
They've been independent.
They want their own independent kingdom.
You know what? You want an independent kingdom? Don't be Queen of the North.
Give
me democracy.
But they don't want democracy. They don't want democracy. They don't want to listen to who comes from the king's
outsiders
landing.
And all that.
That's
but Bronn is a northerner.
She said, "I love you, but you're not always gonna be the king." And so that was something and I think honestly, I think she would have been cool had it been Jon. And I think even if it had been Jon, she still would have tried to weasel her way so that the North could be separate. Because that was, if you watch, that had been what she had been aiming for the entire time. Because even she said, when she said to Jon, this is a finale, so we can talk real talk. She asked Jon, can you forgive me? And he didn't say yes. All he said was, you got what you wanted. And that's why I feel like Sansa's was earned. I agree with you. I don't like how Sansa did it. But she got what she wanted. So that's
to me, this whole thing, I feel like there were like leaps and logic sometimes with stuff. Like so in all these episodes that these recasts that we've done, I've always said the jump from Breaker of Chains to Mad Queen Like there were logical things. I felt like the writer set up points to show you that she could be callous and cold, but I never felt like they showed you points where she could be mad.
Just
Like
outright
out crazy or whatever.
Yeah. That kind of came.
I don't feel like that ever was earned.
But I think it was earned slightly because of the people that she lost. So she lost Jorah. She lost Missandei. She lost
her dragon.
She lost her dragons.
She lost the Dothraki.
And she lost part of her army.
I will say this. I disagree with that. I don't even think she was mad in the sense of she was a bad ruler. I think she was, one, all of these problems could have been solved with some therapy.
Well, people just need to talk.
Yeah.
Not just talk.
There's a lot of people not talking to each other.
Not just talk. PTSD. Because what a lot of what she went through was literal PTSD. Because if she had been stopped at certain points along the way, it wouldn't have got that bad. But, and this is why I say Peter Dinklage he rose like a phoenix. Because I was not a fan of his because of the blind spot of his family. And he admitted his mistakes, but he also said when she burned the slave masters, we were fine with that. Yeah. We were all fine with her. And honestly, all those people,
little kids.
But this is the thing. All the things that you see in the memes of people saying stuff, he brought that back and was like, we were cool when she did these things because those were evil people. It wasn't until the city that we was like, oh.
Yeah.
But the thing is, she didn't change. That was who she was. It was just a matter of no one else saw it because they felt like they could help shape her about the negative impulses that she would instinctively do. Nothing she did was outside of the norm for her, especially after what happened to her. And I understand it even more coming from Grey Worm because even both of them said, these are the people who served Cersei. And you let my girl's head get lopped off and stood by her. None of y'all left and quit. None of y'all. You all sided with her. So this is what y'all get. I'm not saying it was right, but I understand. And that's why I said, to me, all of those things were earned. The pacing, 6 episodes.
Yeah, it was
quick.
Rushed. It will forever be rushed. But we saw her death coming. Because when I first started the episode, I'm like, either she got to go, or John got to go, or both of them got to go. They can't.
Ariel told her, she was like, hey, she said John. He's like, that's a killer.
Yeah,
I know a killer.
She moved back in the crowd. She was like, I see you later, bro.
Watch your back, bro.
But she did this. She did.
She did. She's like, whoa, I can sense this.
She didn't do any face-off stuff in this season. That
she
cool.
didn't, and I think that was a missed moment. But whatever. But what I did enjoy, and we talked about this earlier, was Drogon going off on the Iron Throne because he wanted to shoot Jon down with this fire. I know he did. He was like, you killed my mama. I felt that in my spirit. Felt it in my heart. My mama dead.
You heard him cry.
Yeah. And then he came up, he saw that Iron Throne. He was like, she's been wanting this she's been talking about this Iron Throne since I was born. We get here, she touches it, and now she's dead.
She never even sat in it.
All over this Iron Throne. It's gotta go.
She never sat in the
It's gotta go.
That's the thing that got me. She never sat.
She touched it though.
She touched it.
That's all she needed.
She never actually sat down and said, like you never saw her sitting in it. And I thought that was awesome.
So I've been upset with the way Daenerys has been in the season, but like in terms like the actress Emilia Clarke, I thought she did an incredible job in the season. Like she worked with whatever she got. Like she was committed to whatever she had. Like I don't like what they made her do, but she was fully committed to it. And like that last scene with her and Jon, where she's kind of going back, I thought about this when I was a little girl, how high this throne would be, and you could like see in her eyes, it almost seemed like there was a missed opportunity. Instead of calling her a mad queen, or a mad queen in the way we think of somebody who's kind of like, lost it or something. She was on something else. Like she was mad, but it was a different type of mad, and I don't know how to describe it. Or
was
something,
very focused.
Right? Because she was just talking about, I'm going to liberate this place, and liberate this place, and liberate this place. And if people die, they got to die.
Because her version of liberation is different than everybody else.
Some people might be dying for liberation.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, she what she wanted was to get rid of the old way of doing things.
Breaking the wheel.
Breaking the wheel. The break of
But
chains.
in her breaking the wheel, she's still going around in that circle.
Not just going around that circle. She became what she hated.
Yeah, a tyrant.
And that's why I said I love that about it, because Varys. That's why I love the episode before this one, the conversation Varys had with Tyrion, where they actually had that talk, where Varys told him, she may believe this, and that is dangerous because you can't change her belief. This is something she's been ingrained to believe. You can't change that. So when you believe that this is yours, you're going to do anything you can to get that thing. And that's what she did. And that's why I said I cannot fault her for whatever she did, because she believed she was ordained to have this. Everything lined up for her. Everything in the world lined up for her for this moment. And whenever adversity came, she was able to overcome it. And this is one thing, and we've seen it all before, in the real world, we look at somebody who ends up doing something wrong, but we never look at how they got there. We have seen how she got there, and you brought it up.
It doesn't matter. She's still died.
But think about what would have happened if all those people had been there who didn't die. If Jorah hadn't died. If those dragons hadn't have died. I'm be honest with you. If Missandei and Jorah hadn't have died, and that last dragon, she wouldn't have burned that city.
Yeah.
I don't think she would have burned that city.
And y'all have been editing the mess out of that city burn with the different songs and everything on Twitter. That's been hilarious. Oh my gosh.
When Jon walked up and that dragon was under all of that ash, I replayed that 3 times before. Like I said,
no, wait a minute.
I look, because I literally slowed it. You could see when the dragon got up, his tail was here, and you could see him get up and his tail circle around and him look at Jon. And you could see him and Jon have this moment. And the cinematography for this season, even though it was rushed,
great.
Was beautiful. That scene of her walking
with the dragon.
With the
wings.
Oh,
that was cool. I was like,
oh.
You know, but you know what that reminded me
that was
of?
cool. What's that?
You don't know? Think about this.
Death Angel?
Nope. Attack of the Clones. The last shot of Attack of the Clones, when you saw the beginning of the Empire, and you heard the John Williams' music, when it went from the Republic to the Empire, and you saw the AT-ATs, you saw the Star Destroyers. That's what it reminded me, seeing her walk, and you saw the
it felt like,
you were
it honestly felt like
watching
some weird
you're watching an empire.
Tyrant.
Yeah. You're watching it come, and that's when you saw Jon and Tyrion be like, oh.
What did we do? What did we create?
I thought Tyrion was gonna die.
I would have been fine. That's the thing. I would have been fine with him dying.
Like,
there would have been nothing that would have made it like, oh no, I can't believe they. No, half of this was his doing.
He didn't help.
He did not help.
He did not help.
No, I would say I was down on Tyrion. I will say this: Tyrion knew he made mistakes, but he did them all for the right reason. And like everybody else did what they wanted to do. He didn't do them for self-preservation. Everything he did, like Varys, was...
I'm about to say, some of his stuff was...
for his family. Because he said, like, Peter Dinklage, hands down, was one of the best actors in this entire series. I mean, if you did not respect and understand Peter Dinklage as an actor before...
You do now.
You do now. Nip Tuck, the station agent, you could go back. He has been killing the game. But this elevated him. I loved watching him eat up a scene. And he admitted when Bran told him, he was like, I want you to be the hand. He was like, I don't want that. You saw threw the thing away earlier.
Yeah.
He was like, and you go spend your entire life making up for it.
Yeah.
Bran, oh my gosh, with the... Why do you think I came?
The ultimate come up.
Duh. I knew y'all girls gonna pick me.
Hey.
I knew.
You don't do nothing for a group project, but still get an A.
You still get an A.
He got an A.
An A plus with an extra star.
Hey, Bran was sitting when the Night King came. This Bran.
He worked a little bit and did like something with some ravens and what, but we couldn't see it because that episode was so dark. We couldn't see what Bran even did.
Bran ain't do
exactly.
Yeah.
But now he's sitting on top of the throne like.
Bran said, "Why you think I came?"
It was just so sad.
I'm trying to think little.
What Sansa said, "Uncle, sit down."
Oh, that dude.
She did. Oh my God, she got up. He was like,
He said he did. He said.
But I thought he was gonna nominate someone.
I thought he was too. She called.
I thought
She
he
was
was
like,
nominate himself.
he was.
Right.
But when
And she's like,
she was like, when she said, "Uncle, sit down," everybody was like,
it's pretty much.
several seats. But when Sam got up there, we talked about this too. I
They
was
don't
like,
like democracy.
I was like, oh, this is a really good idea. But then they just laughed at it.
"Does my horse get a vote?"
They shot that down. I was like, oh.
What about the dogs?
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's realistic. People in power are like, nah, we gonna keep it.
Nah.
We gonna keep it.
We just gonna decide amongst all the sirs and lords and ladies.
I'm happy that the Braun is
Braun,
the king of
Shut
coins.
keeper of coins.
Shut up, Braun. Braun was like, "Hey, man, the brothel deficit."
Yeah.
We need them Braun.
I'll fund it.
Yeah.
We need those back.
He said, "We even." He was like, "Yeah, I think we good."
Yeah,
He got High Garden. He got
All the coins.
Yeah.
All the women he would ever want. Although he just wants to settle down with somebody. He just
No,
wants
he
a
don't.
family. Yeah, he does. He's been saying that the whole
Braun
time.
said, "I just want to chill and wild out and spend this money." Braun just wants to live for the day. And every single time he turned around, he was like, "It's always you Lannister boys. When I was trying to chill, I had to go fight this. When I was trying to chill over here, I had to go fight that.
Yeah.
I was at the Night's Watch. I had to go fight with you."
Yeah. Yeah.
But do we think, I'm pretty sure Jon is going to stay in the wall, because when we saw him leave, like walk out with
He was with
free
the
folks-
Wildlings.
Yeah. So I don't know what that was supposed to be. I guess that's what made Grey Worm and them feel better about life.
Oh no, Grey
Seeing
Worm.
them,
You saw Grey Worm was like, "Go kill him eventually."
basically.
Yeah, because he's going to sail off to Missandei's homeland.
North. The
Yeah.
island of North.
Yeah, he's going to sail off to them because just chill. This is where my boo came from.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna liberate them.
Maybe.
Grey Worm, mad man.
I'm trying to think of any other characters.
I mean, Arya just sailing out west of Westeros.
Good for her. I would like to see a spin-off show of that, I think.
Yeah.
Like a season or something like that. To see her do some
She
adventures.
said she's going to be a pirate. Or,
Yeah, just do some adventures with Arya.
I don't know.
Arya
I
pirate
just
ship, the Arya
I didn't
pirate
have
ship.
too many feelings about. The only
See-
feelings I had was for Drogon and his the way he turned.
I was different. I loved it. Like I cheered. I almost teared up a little bit. Certain parts, like when Daenerys
What
got
part did
stabbed.
you tear up on?
When Daenerys got stabbed and then Drogon got hurt.
But see, I saw that coming. Like you don't say
Even though
I gotta shut this down. I gotta like this. We gotta
Like
get rid of this, and then go up to her and be like, "I love you." I'm like,
He
these
did
are
love her.
lies.
He did love her.
He
But
did
he
love her.
lied.
I don't
He
think
lied.
He lied. That was like his first
No.
lie of
No.
I
I
will
think so.
forever.
No, I think John
I think
has
he truly believed
John,
it.
honestly, John is not a sneaky person. He loved her. He just knew if I don't do this now, there is no stopping her.
Yeah.
Because he was
That's what I
like,
told you. I told you this, he
because he's
definitely
like this. No one will ever be alone with her ever again. Because you saw
Grey Worm and his people were never going to let me alone.
And no,
Yeah.
John knew if that one moment,
Yeah.
if I don't get her, she is going to take over the world,
Yeah.
and she is going to break everything. And I think, like to know that you had to kill, like you know what that reminded me of? That scene reminded me of Infinity War when the Scarlet Witch had to kill Vision, where she knew if I don't do it, the world is over. Thanos is coming. And John knew if I don't do it now, I'm never going to get this close to her again. She could be on one of them dragons, Grey Worm, go stab me with one of them poles. Arya go try to get her. And this is another thing. Peter Dinklage, Tyrion, knew how to get John. He said, what do you think she's going to do to Sansa?
Yeah.
And that's why he did it. If Sansa wouldn't have done what she did, because this is the thing, if she'd have let Tyrion go, he would have had hope for Sansa. Sansa, he knew, would never bend the knee. Mm-hmm. And he did that to save them more so than anything else. Because she is the one who betrayed Jon. And he said, and Tyrion said, why do you think Sansa told me?
Because she wanted us. She knew how this was gonna fall apart.
She knew. So she didn't know it was gonna fall this badly.
Yeah.
But she wanted it to. She wanted to show Dany to be unfit, and Dany knew. Like a lot of people don't realize this battle really wasn't between Cersei and
Dany.
It was between Sansa and Dany.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Either way, I saw her death coming.
Even though I saw it coming, it still hurt because she got that far.
Yeah.
What got me was Tyrion going in to see his brother and sister there.
Oh, that was sad.
That was really good acting. It was shot well. Everything about that was great. He was
there,
pulling away brick by brick.
I thought Cersei might have been like a.
And then he had to choke her.
Yeah, like, oh Lord, you gotta go. No.
But yeah, that was good. That was awesome.
Because even
Very
though
well
she
done.
hated him, and she literally tried to kill him how many times?
Several times.
Ooh, he still loved her, and he still tried. That's why.
Did he love her or just Jaime?
He loved Jaime, but he tried.
Yeah.
He tried because even this is the thing. That's where his blind spot. And I've said this before. Tyrion's blind spot was his family. Mm-hmm. He always underestimated the evilness that Cersei was. He told her, "You're not an evil person. You're not the monster." And she was like, "Oh, I am." Lop that girl's head off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even when he.
Final word.
I loved it. For me.
Oh, and my son told her, burn it down.
Yeah.
She did.
She said, burn it down.
And that's why I said great. And you got to remember, and this is the thing people forget. For some of us, we looked at Daenerys as a tyrant. She wasn't to the Greyjoys. She brought them freedom. Yeah. She wasn't to the Unsullied, to the Dothraki, to the citizens of Meereen. They were people who really did. They were like, we signed up for her.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Jon gotta go because that's that saying, one man's terrorist is another person's freedom fighter. Mm-hmm. She was their freedom fighter. You saw old girl from Greyjoy was like, Theon died fighting for this girl, and y'all killed her. Mm-hmm. So and I wonder how he'd been down there for months. I wonder how many people had fought.
Yeah.
Because remember, Grey Worm was like, y'all can take this castle if y'all want. Mm-hmm. We not going nowhere.
Yeah.
And Sansa was like, you got about 100,000 Northmen out there.
Yeah.
We've got to.
Yeah.
Shout
out to Ghost.
Yeah, Ghost made it. Oh, Ghost.
Do we think that was like a late minute add-in after they saw the backlash from?
Probably.
I wonder if like if that was a part of the script or they did like a reshoot.
It might have been because Ghost didn't look as well animated as
Drogon did.
Right.
He might have been added late.
Great. Ghost looked like disrespectful. Like, all right.
Good job. My dog is here.
But you know what? Shout out to Tormund.
Yeah.
Tormund is my dude. Tormund. Oh, Brienne.
Yeah, Brienne writing that. Cause I saw a couple tweets last night about Brienne writing in the big book
Song of Ice and Fire.
Yeah, Song of Ice and Fire, and it was like Jaime, doing all this great stuff, but she was.
He died.
She could have wrote. Jaime was.
She could have wrote the truth. I mean, what really happened?
But the thing is, she did write the truth. She wrote, he died trying to save his queen.
Yeah.
That was his queen.
Yeah.
We don't agree with it. I'll say this. Shout out to Brienne and Podrick. When Podrick came in, Sir
Podrick, he had the biggest smile on his face.
Yeah.
He's a freaking knight now. Yeah. That was great.
I guess that's why I said for me, it did everything for me.
And can Brienne really find Drogon? I mean,
if he want to.
Who knows what that dude can do?
He probably, if he wants to,
he can do whatever he wants.
That's my issue. We had Bran as this three-eyed raven. We saw him. What was it, like the fifth season when we really started to figure out what his powers were. Right.
Hold the door.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And you had that much, like that powerful moment, and we didn't get much of any of that from Bran other than him just being there like, oh, I have a friend coming. And then, okay, Jaime pops up like, oh, I knew I was going to be king all along. Like, okay.
But to me, that's what's the journey. Like, you didn't. That's why I said for me.
I needed some more.
I loved it. I loved it. It did not give you what you wanted. It gave you what you needed, to me. Because we wanted somebody else to sit on that throne. Ain't nobody want the handicapped dude to sit on the throne. Bran the broken, Bran the busted. Nobody wanted. That's what I said. Nobody wanted
the
that.
6 kingdoms.
And one thing that Tyrion said was, people love a good story. Mm-hmm. And there was a thing on the internet where like, yeah, his story was cool, but Arya had been training for years with a master
Right.
assassin. And oops, I'll delete that out. And killed the Night King. Like, that's a pretty good story,
But
too.
Arya don't want it. And the difference is, Arya wouldn't have been a good one because Arya would have been absent. Arya done told y'all, I don't want to be tied down. I ain't trying to be nobody's wife. I am not a lady. So that if you look at that story, one, Bran ain't going nowhere unless somebody wheel him. So I ain't trying to be funny. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Arya got stuff to do. She don't.
What she gotta do? Go find what's west of Westeros?
Yeah, she going to go meet up with Captain Jack Sparrow out there.
Basically, it's gonna be a
sail the seven seas.
Wow.
But I mean, she doesn't want it.
Somebody said the slave trade.
An underrated scene was them kind of meeting in King's Landing and having like the meeting with the advisors.
Oh yeah, that was great.
This was great.
That was great.
It was
I
like
could
harking back to
watch this.
harking back to season 7 when they had
Yeah,
that.
I could just watch this as a show, or
But
something
that's-
like an office style sitcom.
But you know what? That's what
We'll get better at that.
That's what I loved about like the show. Like, if you think about it, nobody died in this episode except for Dany.
Yeah,
And
and them soldiers.
But the thing is, nobody like major. It wasn't like this. It was like the talking. It was the conversation. It was us having a difference of an opinion, us handling, and you saw that, and that was what I loved about Game of Thrones: the scheming, the plot, but then also Tyrion again. Peter Dinklage, hats off. He really rose, in my opinion, because I really could not stand how dumb he was at certain points. He really got on my nerves with that. But he said, "I've been down there for a while. Man, I messed up." He was like, "I thought I was clever," and I was like, "You're right. I thought you was clever. You weren't that clever."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Hey, man, I made a lot of mistakes."
Yeah.
And he was like, "The best thing I can tell y'all to do, pick the dude in the wheelchair. He ain't got no ambitions. He
Can't have no kids.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, but you can't have no kids, bro.
Right.
It's like, dang, you ain't got to put them out there like that.
True.
Hey, I told y'all, Sansa ain't the one to play with.
Yeah.
She's not a little bird no more.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, to me, I give it 5 out of 5 Drogons.
So you happy with it?
I'm
You're like,
happy.
eh. And I'm like,
So how many, what y'all give it?
out of 5?
Yeah.
The finale?
I'm saying the finale and the series.
Oh, and the series. The series is great. Like,
Okay.
I didn't like season 8, but it doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't take away from.
No,
It doesn't take away from the.
it was still an
seventh
incredible
season.
Okay,
show.
so for me,
We're talking about it.
the series 5 out of 5. Series finale 5 out of 5.
All right.
5
That
and a half.
change.
5.5. I'll give you an extra Drogon for that.
Wow. I love the show. Yeah.
What you gonna give it?
I don't know. 3.
Season finale. Okay, 3.
It did what it needed to do. It ended it.
Yeah.
So we ain't gotta watch this no more unless you want to go back and watch it.
Oh, I'm gonna rewatch. I'm about to start this summer.
The show was still incredible. I think this season, to me, this season was the worst season overall.
Yeah.
I think the season finale was perfectly fine, so I say 3 out of 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did you guys think? Let us know. What was your favorite part about this series, about this season, about this episode? Hit us up on YouTube. You can also find us at WOTX.com. Hit us up on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Yeah, that's it.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe.
All that.
Also, we're going to answer some of your comments on the set that we've been coming up with. No, and we're not putting graffiti or lava lamps in here.
Oh, that'd be cool. Is that what she suggested?
We're not getting lava lamps.
Didn't somebody say something about puppies?
Really?
Didn't somebody say that?
No, ain't nobody said that.
But we
Didn't
can
Alexia
definitely
say that?
spray paint like
No, she
News
said
19 nerds.
Okay.
We can get some lava. We can get some black lights. It could be pretty cool in here.
Pretty cool in here.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, y'all.
Not really.